The Flag Commission narrowed more than 3,000 flag designs down to just these two. One of these two flags could become Mississippi's new banner, the New Magnolia on the left and the Great River flag on the right. So who created these flags and what's the meaning behind them? We spoke with the designers to find out.
The final flags under consideration to be Mississippi's new banner were created in two different ways.
And I was actually rather shocked.
Greenwood native Suanna Joe is one of the three designers credited with the so-called New Magnolia flag.
My contribution is the magnolia bloom that's in the center.
Joe's original submission was cut after the second round, but the magnolias she created is the focal point of the New Magnolia.
I grew up with a magnolia tree in my backyard there in Greenwood, so when I see it, I think Mississippi, I think home.
And she's not the only one.
Here is one.
Okay.
And I'm calling them Miss Maggie.
Rocky Vaughn says he submitted 4 designs to the commission, all featuring magnolias.
I think what I did was give the basic ingredients, for a magnolia state flag.
Okay. Vaughn says he's honored to be credited as one of the designers, even though the flag isn't how he envisioned it.
I'm not too keen on the gold bars between the red and the blue. I like the red against the blue. It just looks good to me. And I'm about looks, like what looks like Mississippi.
Kara Giles added the gold bars and Joe's magnolia.
The committee was allowed the freedom to consult designers to help them tweak the original submissions.
Giles is an assistant to Flag Commission member and Oxford Mayor Robin Tannehill. She's also a graphic designer. So when the commission wanted to make tweaks, Kara listened.
Hearing magnolia, I'm hearing stately, and so I tried to kind of go in that direction.
The New Magnolia was the result. The Great River flag came from just one designer.
For the last 10 years, I have had a letterpress company with my wife, and we make Southern prints and Southern posters, and we call them Love Letters Home.
Micah Whitson is an Ole Miss graduate currently working in Boston. He found his inspiration at the Department of Archives and History in Mississippi's territorial seal from 1798.
I wanted to start there with something that was kind of grounded in the history of Mississippi and used the graphics there as a starting point.
Whitson calls it the Great River flag because of the river design along the top of the seal. The red vertical lines in threes representing the 3 nations that occupied the Mississippi Territory, Spain, France, and Great Britain. The star to Whitson represented truth and Mississippi's Choctaw Nation. Online, Whitson is sharing other ways the flag could be used to showcase Mississippi cities, counties, and celebrities in sports, culture, and civil rights.
I wanted to work extremely hard on designing this and also sharing the story about it so that people could get excited about a new opportunity and new visual symbolism for the state.
The Flag Commission will choose one of these designs to be the new symbol of the state, but Mississippians will have the final say, voting yes or no November 3rd.
Well, you can read more about the meaning and the symbolism in each of these flag designs on the Department of Archives and History's website. You're also allowed to vote there in a non-binding poll, and we can tell you it is close. It's been back and forth between the two flags over the last few days. The 12-member Flag Commission will make its choice Wednesday.